everybody. Welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. And we're really excited today. We are talking with another author. We love talking with authors on the podcast. And today we have Jenn Sterling with us. And Jenn, thank you so much for coming on and talk with us.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, so this is your first time on the podcast. So you introduce yourself to us and tell us a little bit about how you got inspired to start writing.
Sure. I have been writing since 2011 is the year that I self-published my first romance book after getting fired from my job in
Oh,
2010.
wow.
It was
That's epic.
very unexpected. I was
Uh-huh.
like, who fires me? Um so it was really like traumatic,
Yeah.
right? But
Had you
I
always wanted to write at this point, or was
So
it?
no, I literally had just one book idea in my head and I thought that was it. I just have this one story and it's crazy how like the universe's timing is. The story had popped back into my head like relentlessly right before I got fired. And I was like, oh, well, obviously you want me to write this book. So I went out and bought my very first laptop like the day after getting fired and I started writing. Granted, I have no idea how to write a book. I have zero idea what I'm doing. My first book is so bad. I love this. I love the story so much because I think the story is so unique, but I just wrote it so poorly. And I have just kind of grown from there. My third book, which was a sports romance, like really took off and just exploded internationally and here. And then I've just been writing ever since, and I just didn't know. I didn't know
Yeah.
that I wanted to do that. And now I'm just like, oh my gosh, I love it so much. But
So did you grow up reading a lot of romance? Did you?
no, I
Yeah.
wasn't like a huge reader. I definitely got into the Twilight series and I got into
Oh,
that really late, like after all the books were out. And I was like, God, people just keep talking about this book. And my niece read it. And I said, what is it about? Like vampires and werewolves, what is it about? And she tried to explain the story to me. And she's like, this book sounds so bad when you try and tell someone what it's about. And she's like, but you have to read it. And I totally understood. It's the emotions. Like that book just gets you the way you relate to it, the emotions it makes you feel. I mean, it's a love story. It's
uh-huh.
it's a love st I mean, it's a love
Yeah.
story. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, I love these books." I feel like they're one of the only books that I've ever read more than once. I definitely read a ton of books now, but I very rarely will read something more than one time.
So you got super in. Did you like the way she finished it? You liked all of them?
I did like all of
Yeah, all
them.
of
I
them.
mean,
Yeah.
if she would have ended up with Jacob, I would have rioted. Right? I would have like ripped the books up and been like,
Yeah.
what is this? I realize like as a reader, I get very loyal with whoever it is that you're introducing me to that's supposed to be like the love interest. I get very loyal with that and it's very hard to make me change. I will say like the only time I've ever jumped ship and gone from one to the other would be in the Vampire Diaries, but with the
Oh,
show.
yeah.
With the show, I never read the books, so.
Right, right. I would have been happier if she had just ended it with New Moon with a because it was like you came to all this resolution with her and that she is supposed to be with Edward. Like it came to all this thing. So
Yeah.
everything that happened after that felt like, why are we doing this again? Why are
I
we like,
yeah.
I don't know.
No,
So
I mean
I
they're definitely even like when the movies were coming out, I remember being like, how are you gonna make a movie of like the last book? Like
yeah,
it's not even a thing.
yeah.
Like nothing even happens. It wasn't real. Like nothing.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So I just remember being like, how are they even gonna do this? But at that point, I think the fandom was so like feral. They
Yeah.
just wanted more. And I totally get it when you're an author and you're in that position. Because what if she was like, New Moon would have been the end, but the like people wanted more, so I just try and give them something else. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't
I
know.
mean,
Like,
I do think the books were better than the movies because
oh, for sure.
I never felt the chemistry that you need to feel. And I felt like that just the casting pretty much
The
across the
cat
board was not good.
I know. I totally agree that the casting was nowhere near like what any of us had like built up in our head.
Like those actors have now gone on to do interesting things and they're talented, but for those roles, I just don't think that they were the right fit for Edward and
I'm
Bella.
so used to them now that it's like I
Uh-huh.
can't even imagine them as anyone else now. But at the
Uh-huh.
time, I remember being like, "What? This skinny little boy is not my Edward." Like, what do you mean? Um,
Yeah. I just remember the honest trailers and a lot of meaningful staring. And I'm like, that's
oh,
so true.
well, but you got to think like that's the directing too. You have to
Yeah,
think in that
yeah.
first movie how they were directed to be overly awkward and weird. So all
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
parts that we make fun of, I feel like wasn't necessarily them, but
Yeah,
was
that's
how they
true.
were told to do this
Yeah.
scene. And you're like, okay.
So a lot of people are interested in self-publishing and getting
Yeah.
things going. I mean, how are you able to use that as a jumping off point to actually like furthering your career like that?
Yeah, I mean, I love talking about self-publishing because there are so many people who want to write, and I think that if you don't have the information, you think it's like a really far off thing or something that isn't possible for you, and that's totally not true. So, back in 2010 when I got fired and started writing, um that was like I don't want to say it was like the beginning of self-publishing because I don't think that's true, but it was very, very, I feel like there was a small amount of people self-publishing, and it was also very
More
like
niche?
very frowned upon. Very like, oh, you self-publish because no, because your book isn't good enough to get traditionally published. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're a failure, so you're gonna self-publish. And that's totally how I felt. Because nobody wanted my great first book. So, I just did a lot of research and there was information available out there on like how to self-publish. So I remember reading like two very specific blogs uh just to figure out how to do it. And I said to myself, all right, because at this point I'd gotten so many like rejections from agents and I was like, if I get one more rejection, like one more no, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna self-publish. I'll just be like, okay, you're a failure and you're just gonna self-publish. And I love that I got those no's because I love that I self-publish just because of all the control you have. Nobody's telling you what to write. Nobody's forcing
Mm.
you into like a traditionally published kind of box.
Was
Um,
it harder to get people to take you seriously?
I
Like,
think I think at the time, here's the one thing that I think is super relevant even now. Readers don't know if a book
right.
is self-published or traditional. Like, why would they know?
But as far as getting moving going from self-publishing to regular publishing, was that a barrier at all?
No. So when Facebook was like much smaller then, right? Or
Hmm.
maybe not smaller, but just wasn't what it is now. So you could go on there and find readers and find like a
Hmm.
reader group, people looking for books. So that's I mean, everything that we did to sell a self-published book was very organic. Like there was no ads. You
Right.
couldn't run ads for anything.
Yeah.
Like it didn't exist. So everything was word of mouth. My
Hmm.
third book that I was saying, the sports romance that really like took off and went crazy, that had agents emailing me. I
And
mean,
so that one was still self-published.
yep, everything of mine is self-published.
Oh, everything. Okay.
Yes. So, but I
Yeah.
did win the perfect game was a huge success. I ended up getting an agent. I had a bunch of traditional deal like offers. So they wanted to get my book and I was like, "Yeah, but I'm making so much money doing this. Like you're not offering a big enough advance for me to say,
Oh,
why?"
wow.
Yeah,
So
it
you
was
had the
crazy.
opportunity to traditionally publish,
Yes.
and it was actually better for
Just
you to do the
the money didn't
self-publishing.
make sense. It didn't make sense.
That's interesting.
Was crazy. It
Yeah.
was crazy and so unexpected. I had no idea and I was totally caught off guard. And I feel like I'm better prepared for that now. And yeah, I mean, I'm
That's
definitely at this stage of
fascinating.
my career like open to stuff now, like open to way more now.
That's really, really interesting. So, how do you decide? You have all these series, these bundles, you call them on your website.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
how do you decide? Okay, this is a concept worth doing, starting. How many books do I want it to be? What am I going to do? All of
Right.
that.
I think that for me, I have definitely found what I'm comfortable writing. And it's typically like I am a three book series kind of writer, right? And I really thrive in what is called an interconnected standalone. So that would
Hmm.
be like three guys on the same baseball team, and each book is
Yeah.
about a different guy, or three brothers, and each book is about a different brother. So they're all set in the same world, but you're not following the same couple. My Fun for the Holidays series, which is 12 books,
Yeah.
one a month for the whole year. That was an idea that I had probably back in like 2013. And I was like, how am I ever going to write these? Like, how am I ever going to be able to take the time to sit down and write 12 books? Like, how can I take time off to write all these and then release them? Because I really am like, I write like three books a year. And at the time, too, I was like, I would write. The second it would come back from edits, like I'm releasing that book 2 weeks later and then back again, like got to start writing
Wow.
again. Because
Yeah.
at the time it was like, if you're not releasing, if you don't have a new release, you're not making any money. Like your backlist would just die. So everything was about what was coming next. And
Hmm.
it's not, I'm in a position right now where I'm fortunate and so grateful. Like my backlist is what's making money because that's what I'm advertising. And so it's relieved that pressure of constantly having to have something new coming out every second.
Yeah.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies merch store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, hardy, or Hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies merch store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies.
Wow. So let's talk about this holiday series. So
Okay.
yeah, so this is what I think the Hallmarkies will especially enjoy. And just the whole concept is so fun.
It
I
is so
love this
fun.
idea.
Thank
And
you.
I really do. And so you have a book for every month,
Yes.
including the holidays in that month. And so you set out, it's not like you started writing one or two of these and were like, oh, this might
No.
I could do it. You set out, this is what you were going to do. And yeah, tell us all about it.
It
How did this
just
happen?
it was just such a goal that I just thought I really did think I was like, this is such a clever idea. Nobody's done this.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's doing this. Like I said, it I had it so long ago and it never went away. It was always simmering, but I really was like, I don't know how I'm ever going to have the time to do this. I'm not a fast writer.
Uh-huh.
How am I going to do this? How am I going to make this work? And then the timing just kind of fell into place where I was like, I think I can take some time off from releasing something and spend the time to write these books. The biggest thing was deciding that they were going to be novellas, so they were going to be shorter stories. Because if I had to write 12 like full length
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
85,000 word books, I would still be writing them. Like they would
Sure.
never get done. So I realized once I started writing them, that was the other thing too. At first, I was like, oh, I'm going to call them the hot for the holidays, and they're going to be really steamy. And so I wrote the first one, and I was like, this is so steamy. I don't write like this. Like, what am I doing? Like, this is not
Yeah.
how
And they're like a little steamy,
they are. Like,
but
a
not
little,
like too. Yeah.
they're like spicy, right?
Yeah, yeah, a
Like a
little.
little bit of spice, but the rest of them are way more my style. Like that is how I tell a story, just like a little bit of spice thrown in. Definitely not the main thing. You know, the main story is the emotions and whatever the characters are going through. Um So I was like, oh my God, I don't want them to be the hot for the holidays because that's really not what kind of writer I am. And I was like, oh, but what about fun for the holidays? And so I kind of changed my mindset.
Did you write them in chronologically? Just like, did you write the January book
No.
first? Okay.
Well, I did write the January book first. Yes. I
Okay. So
wrote
that's
like
the spiciest
seven.
one.
Yes, it is. And then I was like, I cannot do this. Like, I cannot keep up this level of filth. Uh, so, and I'm not like embarrassed of the book, but I'm just like, oh God, it's like it's not as me of me.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I wrote seven of the books in 1 year, and then I wrote the next five the next year. So I
Okay.
released seven, and then the next year we filled in the other five. And my goal was to
Oh,
be like really, really tropey. So really like workplace romance, royal romance, enemies to lovers, fake
yes.
dating. So I picked a theme for
Well,
each
that's the other
one
thing I think the Hallmarkies will really like about them
that
is
they're really
is that they're
tropey like
really
that.
tropey. Yeah,
Yeah,
like that's what people like about Hallmark movies
I
is that
know.
they're predictable, they're comforting, they're sweet. All of those things is what
I know
that's
even when
actually
they're
people say, "Oh, they're tropey." I'm like, that's actually a
that's the
plus,
point. Yeah.
not a that's a point in its favor, not a downgrade.
Yeah, no, I mean a trope is like a sales pitch. It's something that you
Yeah,
like. Like,
it
oh my
is.
gosh, I love an enemies to lovers, or I love that they're, you know, siblings best friend,
Oh
something
yeah.
just
Yeah.
something like that. So I did the tropes and I just went really hard in it, right?
Yeah.
So I had 12, and so I've never written that many, even though I say that they're novellas, which they are, they still are like complete stories.
Yeah.
Like I worked really hard to be like, I want you to feel like you got a full story and you're gonna want more because you just want it to be more. But when you think about it, you got a full story in a tiny package.
Yeah.
And I had so much fun writing them. They brought me like so much joy. But then when I was done, I was burnt out.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if Hallmark is looking for an idea, I think this is a great idea. They could
Yeah,
have one of these every month, fun for the holidays series. And they could even, what would be so fun is if they, or even if they did every other month. So they did half of them, even if that.
right.
And if you had the same troupe basically of actors and
Just going through different
yeah,
things.
they were basically in all of them. That would be really fun. I would
I'm so
love that. Like, who
I'm
wouldn't want to
so
watch
open
that?
to any of like I'm
Yeah.
so open to any of that. And I think one of the biggest misconceptions or maybe it's not is, when authors sell the rights to their books that they still want to have control. And like I come from the entertainment industry, so I feel like I have a very different perspective where I'm
Yeah.
like, listen, I I just would want you to change this to what works for that's
Yeah.
not going to offend me. Like obviously Hallmark's not going to put like the
Sure. Sure.
language that's in the books or like the steamy like the script would have to be
But they do that
altered.
all the time. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't care.
Yeah.
Alter away.
That would be really, I just feel like who wouldn't want to watch that? If there was
That's a
like,
fun idea.
yeah, yeah. If it was like, I don't know, like you couldn't, it would be impossible to get like Tyler and Lacey in all of them. But like,
And
how fun would
everyone.
that be if there was like a fun for the holidays troop, basically?
That
And every,
and
like,
each one is a different like
yeah,
like each one gets their little love story, but
yeah,
Lacey could be in the spring one because she's always a baker.
yeah, right, yeah, exactly.
She's always baking.
Yeah. So, so you didn't do them in order, but and you were thinking about doing the tropiness, but like how much of a sort of a game plan did you have for the whole year?
It just was, I went through, before I started writing any of them, I went through like holiday or season, like what are these 12 gonna be,
Yeah.
right? What's the trope gonna be? I thought of the titles, right? So I had the titles for the book, exactly what the trope was, and then that's it. And then I just start writing. I don't plot. I'm not a plotter when I write. I
Oh, I was going to ask you that. Are you a pantser or a plotter?
Totally a pantser.
Nice.
Yes,
Okay.
totally a
Yeah.
pantser. So there was just like very basic, okay, this is the trope. We'll figure it out as you go.
Yeah.
Make it really
Wow.
hard.
Were there some months that were harder than others?
Um, yes. So like there's one book in the whole series that I feel like doesn't really fit. It's Don't Marry Him. It's June,
Uh-huh.
like for June weddings. And I
Yeah.
love that story so much, but I'm like, this is not like, where did this story come from? And I tried to like write it a different way, and I couldn't do it. I mean, the trope is kind of like love is war. And so I just couldn't. I knew releasing it like, oh, this is going to be the one that's probably like the least favorite, which has the cutest cover. Um,
Love is War. You mean like I haven't read this one. Yeah, like
oh,
enemies to lovers?
not
What do you
enemies to
mean?
lovers,
What
like
is Love
love
is
is
War?
war. Like they are like childhood lovers, but like a love is war, so someone tries to steal her from him. And there's like a little bit of like a
Oh.
thriller aspect to
Oh.
this story, just
Okay.
like a little blackmail, a little what I was like, what is
Oh.
this story? Like
I don't know
I'm
if I
like,
know that trope.
this isn't very fun. But I love that book, and I'm like, oh man, I couldn't think of any
Yeah.
other way to write it. But all of them were so I would say that one was probably like I'm looking at them. That one was probably like yeah, the most difficult for me because I just kept my head just kept screaming like this doesn't quite fit.
I'm surprised you didn't do mail order bride basically
Oh, I didn't even
for
think about
wedding
that.
one, you know,
I didn't even think
arranged
about that. Oh, an arranged marriage.
marriage. Yeah, that would have been fun for a
That would have been fun.
for
It didn't even occur to me. I mean, this 12 tropes
sure,
for
yeah.
me
It's a lot.
is a lot of like creativity. Like I said, even though they're small, they're still like a full complete story. So that was a lot for me. That's why after I couldn't write for like 10 months because I was like, well, I just
Yeah.
wrote it all. All my ideas are gone.
I can
I'm broken and everything's gone.
well, I read three of them to get ready for this. So your January book, Kissing My Coworker. Now, this one is a friends to lovers, kind of office crush.
Workplace romance.
Yeah, workplace romance. And so that is fun dynamic.
Yes.
It was a fun one to write.
It was fun, but it was too sexy for me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
just a
It
little
was
too it was a little too sexy for me that I was like, I can't do this for 11 more books.
and then you have, of course, the Valentine's one.
Yes, I love the Valentine's book. Dump
Yeah,
for Valentine's.
yeah, Dump for Valentine's. I haven't read that one. And then My Week with the Prince is your St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
So you've got a
A royal romance.
royal romance, Irish thing. And then Fools in Love. What's the obviously it's April
He's
Fools, but
Yes. He's a fireman, she's a matchmaker in New York, so it's like man in uniform, right? The fireman is like a man in uniform. They definitely don't want to be dating each other. She goes to a bachelor auction and her like mentor raises her hand and she wins him. And she's like, "I don't want to win him." And he's like, "I don't want to be won. Like, why am I a piece of meat?" Right? Like a little
yeah.
bit of and then of course like they
Oh,
fall in
that
love. So
sounds good.
it's very funny, it's very fun, it's very sweet. It's very like a little bit where the guy is tired of being objectified because he's
Yeah.
hot fireman in New York. And he was in the like there's like a big New York fireman calendar every year. And so
Yeah.
like he's in it and then he's just like, "Okay, I'm tired of this." So I try and do like a little bit of different kind of stuff in there every once in a while, just throwing in things that, like, oh, let's pretend like a guy would get tired of being objectified.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I that sounds good. So then Spring Second Chance is the May book. So I'm guessing that's Second Chance romance.
It's not. It's
Oh, okay.
she goes on her honeymoon alone. So she calls off her wedding and goes on the honeymoon anyway, and she has like a big romance in Hawaii on her honeymoon with a hot ex-professional surfer.
Oh, that sounds good.
So it's like
Yeah.
spring is her name, so it's like
Uh,
her next
right.
romance. But I mean, it is kind of
Right.
it's not really a second chance romance because they're not the same couple.
Right, right. Okay. Don't Marry Him, you mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about. Okay, Summer Lovin'. What about this one?
That is, she is a relocation specialist and he is a football player and he's assigned to her. She has to get him moved in. And so it is like a workplace romance. Don't date your clients. And he's perfect. And it's a sports romance,
Uh-huh.
very lightly. And yeah, I mean, from the second he walks into her office, he's like, "Oh, we're gonna date." And she's like, "I don't date my clients." And he's like, but what about me? She's like, no. He's like, you'll break your rules. She's like, not for anyone. He's like, for me.
Oh,
And
that
he's
sounds
just
good.
like super pursuing her.
I like a confident love interest,
Yeah,
guy or girl.
he's probably like the hottest, like the best character
Yeah.
of those. Like he's just so this is what I want. I want you, but he's also kind.
Well, it's very romantic too when the guy falls fast and
Falls
first.
first. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd like to take a second to thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's Hers. Weight loss medications are everywhere right now. Everyone's talking about them, everyone's on them. But let's be real. Have you seen the price tag? It's hard to believe they're actually accessible. That's where Hers comes in. Hers is transforming women's healthcare by providing access to affordable weight loss treatment plans. They connect you with a medical provider who will work with you to determine the best treatment option for you. If prescribed, you get medication as part of a doctor-developed weight loss program, complete with ongoing care, check-ins, dosage, and medication adjustments, and 24/7 online support at no additional cost, no hidden fees, and no membership fees. Weight Loss by Hers is realistic, not restrictive, and affordable. Hers provides access to both oral medication kits and GLP-1 injectable options, with oral medication kits starting at just $69 per month with a 10-month plan when paid upfront. Plus, your personalized treatment ships for free directly to your door. So if you've been struggling with your weight loss journey, it's time for you to find the best option that works for you through Hers. Start your free online visit today at forhers.com/hallmarkies. That's forhers.com/hallmarkies. forher.com/hallmarkies. Okay, Flirting with Sunshine.
Oh, Flirting with
August.
Sunshine is oh my God. That it I'm like, what is that trope? Oh, Grumpy Sunshine. He's grumpy, she's sunshine. They're on the East Coast. He's a fisherman who just moved there. She owns a
Grumpy
restaurant.
Grumpy
Grumpy
Fisherman.
grumpy
Ah,
fisherman. Grumpy Sunshine is that trope, but
yeah.
I actually love that book and I love that cover. It makes me smile every time I see it. It's so happy.
He'd closed himself off from everyone, convinced he was better off alone. He tried his best to keep her at arm's length, but women like Ava refused to be ignored.
Woo!
Yeah.
Go, Ava. And she has a cat and he has a dog. I was like, I always forget. Like, I try and give people pets, and then I'm like, people need pets. Like, so many people have pets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I know.
So yeah, these are cute covers.
They're
Did
so,
did you work with an artist or
I
how did?
did. I had a cover designer who I don't unfortunately don't work with anymore because she's not doing covers anymore, but she's had done
Oh,
all of my covers up until I think that's the last ones that she worked on for me. And yeah, I knew exactly what I wanted. Like I knew that I wanted them to look like this, to have like, a seasonal like little thing on it.
vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, and she just literally gave me exactly every single one was perfect.
Very cute. Yeah, yeah. So then you have Falling for the Boss, which is one of the other ones I read.
Falling for the boss,
So
yeah.
you've got fake girlfriend,
Fake
fake
dating,
fake dating
fake
dynamic
dating.
going on in this
Yes.
one. And that was fun.
I
I
love that
I
book.
like the I mean,
Oh,
I love me a fake fiance, fake
me too.
relationship.
Yes.
It's almost impossible to do badly. It has, but it's very hard.
I know they're really fun. That's a fun trope. I think the
Yeah.
fake dating is very fun.
Because
Even when
it's
you're
so like
reading it,
inherently escapist because it's so
yes,
absurd.
it's so ridiculous.
It's
Even when
so
you're
absurd.
reading and you're like, this is so dumb, or you know exactly what's coming, it's still enjoyable. Like you're still
Yeah.
having fun reading it, being like, okay, I know exactly what's going to happen, but it's like, but I don't care.
It
But that's the
allows
same
you
thing with
to
watching the Hallmark movies. You're like, I know
yeah.
exactly what's going to happen, but I don't care.
It allows you to kind of just give into it, I think, when it's
Yes. I
the
do try and make it like as realistic as possible, even if
yeah.
it's like an absurd topic. I'm just like, how could this be
Yeah.
something that maybe possibly could
Yeah.
happen in some world, right?
Right. Yeah. So then you have Tricked by My Ex.
So that is a second chance romance. So
Okay.
that is a couple that dated, split up, and are coming back together. You will like that one if you haven't read it yet.
Oh, I
There's
haven't read it.
there's a nod to Clone Wars in there.
Ooh,
So
that's fun.
you'll enjoy, yeah, you'll enjoy the
Yeah.
costuming.
Dumping Eve was the worst mistake of my life, and I'd do anything to take it all back. That's why I showed up tonight at an event that she planned, hoping for a second chance to make things right. But how do I make up for 7 years of silence? So they meet back up at a Halloween party?
Yes, she's an event
Oh,
planner. She's a party planner, and he's like a famous actor.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
they
so he
dated,
has to be in disguise. People will
yes.
recognize him.
So they dated in college,
Smart.
and then he got big and famous, and now she's, you know,
Oh, that sounds
there
good.
it's like it takes place in Newport Beach.
Okay, so then we have the Thanksgiving hookup, which is the other one that I read.
Oh, enemies to lovers.
Yes. And that one is
The
yeah,
pilot.
yes, that they I've hated River Santos since I first started working for the airline. I was warned to stay away from him by more than one flight attendant, my best friend included. River was your typical pilot, cocky, arrogant, and left a trail of broken hearts in his wake. At least that's what I'd always been told. So
Yep.
yeah, so like an enemies to lovers kind of dynamic going on. Like
Yes.
he's kind of seen as a jerk.
Yes. They are
So
enemy. Yes.
and
But
they
did you
end up.
read that one?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
funny though.
Yeah, I like them.
My books, that's I like I don't write rom-coms, but I feel like my books are all pretty like humorous in dialogue and stuff.
Uh-huh. Now, why would you say you don't write rom-coms?
Because I feel like I don't write like slapsticky romance or like I don't know. Do you
Uh-huh.
think like they're considered rom-coms? Do you
Yes,
think that
I would. For the
you
three
would?
that I read, I yes. I mean, and I am pretty picky about where I apply that label
Yeah.
because I mean it's
No, I
insane.
love to
Like
hear that.
there are people who consider Titanic a rom-com, and like
Why?
what
That's
is
not a
wrong with
rom-com.
you?
Yeah.
Like the
Hilarious.
Notebook is not a rom-com. Ghost
No.
is not a rom-com. Ghost is not a rom-com just because like all dramas have humor. Like literally Romeo and Juliet has humor in it, right?
It's not a rom-com.
That doesn't mean it's a
Yeah,
rom-com. But all tragedies have moments of humor to
right.
lighten, and all comedies have moments of drama. That doesn't mean that they are a drama.
No,
And
that's
it
a
just
good point.
makes me crazy. I hate it. Like, and what makes me really irritated is then, like, for instance, this big, bold, beautiful journey, has come out and been a big flop, and people are like, well, people don't like rom coms. That's not a rom com. Like, if it had actually been a rom com, then people probably would have liked it, but it's not. And
Oh
so
my
people don't like
gosh.
it. But then the rom coms genre gets blamed for that when
Right.
that's not even what it was. It's so irritating to me. But yeah, this is a battle I fight. So I'm usually pretty picky about what I qualify as a romantic comedy. It has to have the rom and the com. But I would say that the three that I read, I think that they had enough humor in there to be, and
No, I
because
love
they're so tropey, I think the genre is inherently a tropey genre.
right. Well, I like to hear that because I never
Yeah.
classify myself as a rom-com, but people are always like, "Yeah, but all your books are funny." I'm like, I know because like, well, because I'm funny. So like so like I write funny stuff in
I mean,
there.
I wouldn't classify them as dramas.
No, definitely not.
No,
I just totally classify them as, whatever
just
trope they are.
romances.
Yeah, romance.
Yeah.
Like my new ones are like small town romance, right? So it's a small town romance, but yeah, there's of course there's humor in there and there's, a single dad, these
Yeah.
micro tropes and all of that other
Like
stuff. But
it really drives like people place Dirty Dancing as a rom. I'm like, it's not a rom-com.
that's
Dirty
not a
Dancing is not a rom. It's a coming of age drama.
Yes, it's a coming of age story. It
Makes me
is
I
with the
hate that
drama.
so
It's
much.
not
Like there's literally an abortion scene in it. Like it's not.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's a bucket of laughs.
Hilarious.
Like what is going on?
Oh.
Um, but, yeah. So then you have to finish off the year. You've got Christmas with Saint. So this one
That's
I
a
definitely will be reading,
Yeah,
but
brother's
that
best
sounds fun.
friend.
Oh,
It's
nice.
yeah, her brother's best friend romance. So this the sibling best friend, which I love. That one's really fun.
Yeah.
I like that book. People like that one a lot. Um,
I've been in love with Saint my whole life. At least that's how it feels. He's never looked at me as anything more than his best friend's little sister. Being stuck in the friend zone is my literal nightmare when it comes to him, and I want out. It's good. That'll be good. I like that.
oh, yes. I love these books so much. I'm so glad that you're having fun reading them.
Yeah.
I'm so glad
Yeah.
you're enjoying them. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing I want more than people to just have a good time reading my books and when they're done, like you're happy.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite of the holiday
Of the
books?
holiday, I love the spring book. I don't know why that's like one of my like I love the spring book and people don't. Like people definitely I don't know why they don't enjoy that one as much as I do or I don't know why I enjoy it so much.
Uh-huh.
Um I really like Falling for the Boss
Yeah, that one's good.
and I like Flirting with Sunshine. I feel like all the su like the spring, the summer, those like four, spring, summer, flirting, fall, those are like my favorites. And then I think all the rest are like, it's hard because I really enjoy each story so much. And I don't know if I'm partial to, because I'm like, oh, I know how hard this was for me to just create a total standalone and a trope and write it. And I feel like I might just be more proud of them than anything. Like, I can't believe I actually did it. Like, I had this
Yeah.
idea for so long. I can't believe I made it happen and I really did it and they don't all suck. Um, so I'm so proud of them as a whole. But yeah, I do like spring, summer, flirting, and fall.
hmm
I think that those are just, I don't know why I like them the best. I just do.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you say that the holidays is your favorite of the series that you've done?
Um,
It's the biggest
I
one.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. I'm never gonna write some 12 book series again. Like that's never gonna happen. Um, I love the books I just wrote. My most recent are a three-book small town romance, and I'm obsessed with them because I think they're my best writing. So
Oh,
I feel like wow, these three books are just my best writing. All three of them I just feel like are so good. I like them so much.
is that what are they?
They're worth the fall, worth the wait, worth the
Okay.
chase. I really yeah, I
That
really like them.
they look good. That's looks like Hallmark would like.
Yeah, I mean, they're very, and all the stories are so good. I just am like, oh, I love these books so much.
Um,
I wish they would get more attention. I'm very, very proud of them.
yeah.
And they led into like this next series that I'm writing, which is another small town romance. And it's a four-book series. And I've never written like four books interconnected like this. So I just finished the second and I have two
Oh,
more to write. So I feel like I challenge myself. And then I'm like, why do you do this to yourself? You know that you're not this kind of writer. You know that that one sibling more is just one too many. They're gonna have to die. God,
So-
I thought about that in the first book. I was like, I think I have to kill this sibling so that he doesn't have a book because I can't write a 4-book series. Oh.
So I don't know if you're married or in a relationship or anything like that, but what did they like? What do your loved ones think about these books?
Um, oh yeah, I have so I wrote my best-selling book, The Perfect Game, is based off a guy that I dated in college,
Oh,
and
okay.
we are back together now. We've been back
Oh.
together for like 8 years. So everyone calls him the real Jack Carter. So he obviously loves the books. He hasn't read any lately, but when we were dating long distance, he would read them all the time. He would literally take pictures of a dialogue and send it to me and be like, "Wow, this sounds familiar." And I was like, "Anything you say can and will be used in a book I write." He was like,
That's funny.
I mean, he was like, "You're not joking." And I was like, "Well, I have to get my inspiration from somewhere." Um,
Just be glad did you say just be glad you're not the bad man of
the
business,
vi-
the
the
wrong guy,
villain.
the wrong
Yeah,
guy.
you're the love interest. Um, I mean, since I've been doing this for so long, everyone's so used to it, right? Like, my family's like used to
Yeah.
it, and it's just like I'm just a writer now. So my mom still reads like all of my books. She loves the small town books. She loves these ones I just read, or just wrote. And I mean, they're just whatever,
Yeah,
family's
yeah.
family's family. Family's weird.
That's fair. That's
Yeah,
true.
family's
Uh,
family.
well, what do you think? I think people think that romance is like, oh, that's so easy because it's so tropey. What do you think's the hardest part about writing romance?
Um, for me, I think like one of the things that I do is and this definitely works against me. I try not to write the same thing over and over again, right? But like if you love Nora Roberts or if you love a certain thing, you're like, okay, all her books are exactly the same, but we love them, right?
Yeah,
Like you can't
it's
get
true.
enough of it. You know exactly what you're getting, exactly how it's going to happen. Like there's a formula. There's a formula. Really, really smart authors are formulatic writers, and it's because they work. There's something about me that's like, well, I've already written this kind of a scene with this kind of a thing in a book 10 years ago. Well, I'm not going to write it again. Like I
Yeah,
try so hard to not repeat like the same. I don't want to write the same story over and over again, but I still want every story to be good, and I still want everyone to kind of know what they're getting. Like you're still going to get, you're going to get funny dialogue. You're going to get great characters. You're going to be happy at the end. You're going to just have a good story. It's just not going to follow this graph of a formula.
yeah.
So I think like that's the challenge for me. And I don't want people to be like, oh, this book is just like every other one I've read. Like they're all the same.
Oh,
Because I get like that reading. I'm like, oh my God, all these tropes and all these, like, they're all exactly the same.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's unfortunate.
It's hard. It's harder
It
than people
is,
think.
it's definitely hard. And that I would say that's one of the things that people don't understand is how similar, I mean, we all love these books because we have similar like desires. And
Mhm.
we want to be chosen. We want to be
And building
loved.
that chemistry too is tough.
Yes.
Yeah,
But if you have authors that are like, okay, all 5 of these authors write small town romances and they're all kind of similar, and it's like, well, because we're all women and we have similar desires.
yeah,
We want to be loved this way. We want to
yeah.
be chosen. We
Right.
want to be the one that's different. So we all
Yeah.
write very similar stories because it's like a universal theme.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, because people are like, oh, romance movies are so cheesy. And it's like, well, if you talk to most people, most couples, and it's like, tell us your story, it's pretty cheesy. Like, there's just something
Right.
like that's just inherent to the genre. That's what
Yeah.
makes it fun. And
Yes.
so I don't know. I think that it it's something that gives a lot of joy to a lot of people. And
I totally
yeah.
agree.
Hmm.
I totally agree. Cheese
Well,
away.
yeah. Well, I enjoyed the ones I have read. I'm looking forward to reading the rest. You definitely will have to keep in touch.
Yes.
Keep us posted on your writing. And I'm telling you, Hallmark, you're listening. This is an idea.
Yeah,
This would
Hallmark, if
it
you're
would do
listening.
very well. It really would. It would. That would be a huge hit. So
Rachel can executive produce.
yes, I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Woo!
Ho, ho, ho. We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Patreon.
Do you love Hallmarkies podcast, especially at Christmas?
Do you enjoy the holiday previews, recaps, interviews, and bonus episodes?
If the answer is yes, please consider supporting the Hallmarkies Patreon. We need your help to do what we do both during the Christmas season and all year round.
But not only do you help a podcast led by strong, independent women by becoming a Patreon, you get to become a part of the Hallmarkies family.
Starting at only $2 a month as a patron, you will have access to our Facebook Patreon group where we talk about the movies, shows, and more all year.
We also have many monthly patron watch-alongs with guests like Lacey Chabert, Natalie Hall, Paul Campbell, Mary Lou Henner, and more, giving their behind-the-scenes details of their films.
As a patron, you also have the chance to provide input into the podcast and even join us at different tiers.
So this Christmas season, spread some cheer to the Hallmarkies Patreon and become a member today. You won't regret it.
Go to patreon.com/Hallmarkies to learn more.
That's patreon.com/Hallmarkies.
Okay. Well, we'd like to end our interviews with some fun get to know you questions. So
Oh my
first
gosh.
question, what is the best ice cream flavor?
Peanut butter and chocolate from Baskin Robbins.
Nice. Okay,
All the
good.
peanut butter, no chocolate.
Okay. What is your favorite color?
Green.
Good. Okay. What music are you into?
I love cheesy pop. I love pop.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Like just super popular music. I mean, I also listen to country. I listen to everything, but like I love pop music. It's happy. Whatever makes you happy. I love joy.
So what is your go-to date night food?
Oh my gosh, go-to date night food. I would say we're definitely on like a shrimp pasta kick. So
Ah,
yeah, he
okay.
cooks, I don't cook, and he's a big meat eater and I'm not. So he's like, "Don't worry, I got you shrimp and I'm gonna do it in a garlic butter with a pesto and a
Ooh.
pasta and a lemon." And I was like, "Okay."
You're like,
And
I'm
always
working this
bread.
into the next story.
Always bread. All your girl loves bread.
Yeah. All right. What is your go-to date night activity if you're going out doing something?
If we're going out, we definitely go out for like good food and really fancy cocktails, even though I am not really drinking anymore. So now I get to watch him drink and then I order the bread and all
You
the
can get like a mocktail.
I do get mocktails.
Yeah.
I totally do. They're so good. But every time I drink one, I'm like, this would be much better with vodka in it.
Yeah. Okay. Which do you like better, dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Yeah. Okay.
Giant dogs.
Oh, big ones.
Yes.
Okay. Which do you like better, beaches or mountains?
Beach.
Yeah. All right. What's your favorite holiday to celebrate?
Oh my
You've written
gosh.
about all of them.
I love Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas is my favorite with Halloween. Happy Halloween, not scary Halloween. I don't like anything
Oh, okay.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my favorites.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty hard to beat Christmas because it's like a whole season as opposed to
I
like
know.
most
It
it's
is
like
so
a week or a
happy.
day. But Christmas
Exactly.
is like months.
Yeah, Christmas is, yeah, it's not just a day. It's like, oh my gosh, it's Christmas season.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, thank you so
thank you
much for
thank you for
talking with
having
us.
me.
I appreciate it. And if people want to find your books and if people want to follow you on socials, how do they do that?
All my socials are just author J Sterling, and my website is jsterlingbooks.com, and I'm there.
Yeah.
And that's where I am.
Great. We'll have all that information in the description. You should all check it out. And thanks for coming talking with us. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Rachel.
I'd like to thank Jenn for coming on the podcast. This was so much fun to get to talk with her. I hope you all enjoyed it. And let me know what you think of the books if you get a chance to read any of them. And we'll have our affiliate link in the description. You should check that out. You can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all over social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes and on Goodreads. So check that out. And you can check out our playlist with all of our books and author content. You definitely want to take a look at that. And if you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. That helps us so much. And if you're watching on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that so much. We also have our Patreon group, which is the biggest way you can support everything that we're doing. And you can be part of our discussions on Facebook and early bonus episodes and our watch-alongs and other activities. They're really fun. So please check out the Patreon and the merch store. Lots of fun Hallmark-inspired designs, movie-inspired designs. Take a look at that. And thanks again, and we'll talk to y'all later.